Very much.
Mom. Mom.
Oh, sweetheart.
I got here as soon as I could. Have you been waiting long?
No, I just got here myself.
Good evening. May I help you?
Club soda for me.
Same for me, thank you.
You got it.
Sorry I dragged you away from work.
That's okay. I told you, anytime you want to talk or if you need anything, just to call. I'm glad you did. So, what's up?
It's a bit complicated.
Well, you mentioned something about Washington.
Yes, that's part of it.
And you're trying to impress someone, right?
How direct. Yes, as a matter... Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks. I've got the opportunity to make a very good impression on people who could open some very important doors for me.
And where do I fit in?
I think that you've got the kind of sensitivity that can help me handle a very delicate situation.
Mom, are you involved in any national security business?
No, there's nothing secret about this. I mean, you know, everybody knows that Charles Sanders is the acting ambassador to Mendorra, right?
Yeah?
The future heir to the throne of Mendorra is on his way here to the States.
Heir to the throne? As in Prince?
As in Crown Prince Raymond.
Mom, are you going to Washington to meet him?
No, he's coming here to Landview tomorrow for a few days, possibly a week.
Where does a crown prince stay in Landview? With Charles?
No, right here at the Vernon Inn.
You're kidding. I don't believe it. Do you think I can meet him or at least see him?
Better than that. I want you to help show him around town.
What?
Yes. Well, he is pretty close to your age, and after all, he's a crown prince.
Mom.
What's the matter?
What are you up to?
You're not up to anything. Where are you going?
I'm going back to work before you and I start yelling at each other.
Why should we yell at each other? You said you wanted to help me.
Yeah, that's right. I did want to help, but you know, you really had me conned. Here I thought this was a way for us to really get back on the track, and I guess I believed that because I wanted to. But I can see now that's going to be impossible.
Would you sit down? Stop ranting. This is a wonderful way for us to get back on the track.
No, you're wrong. This is a perfect way for you to come between John and me. That is what this is all about, isn't it?
Cassie, how can your showing the Crown Prince around town for me possibly affect your relationship with John? What, are you afraid that John's going to get jealous of your being in the prince's company?
Mom, it's not something I want to risk.
Fine. But you must realize I wouldn't do anything to possibly harm your relationship with John. And anyway, from what I understand from Judith, the prince is hardly anybody that John would get jealous of. He's supposed to be terribly unworldly, bookish, retiring. In a word, a nerd.
So when were you going to tell me the truth about him? Or were you just going to let me faint dead away when I met him?
I was going to tell you the truth after you'd agreed to help me. Honey, please, you are so good with people who are shy and retiring.
Mom, why don't we just let Charles deal with His Highness the Nerd?
Because it's too late. I've already committed myself.
Mom, even if I could help you, I can't. I have a job. I can't just waltz into John's office and tell him I need a couple days off to sightsee. It just wouldn't be fair. Especially since I have to undo all the damage Marcy did to John's filing system. He can't even find his coffee cups.
Who is Marcy?
Oh, this woman that he hired to replace me, but then fired.
You wouldn't have had a hand in that, would you?
Moi? Of course not. It's getting late. I better get back to the office. Good luck with Prince Charming.
Cassie, honey, wait a minute. If you can't spare a couple of days, how about a couple of hours? I'm really begging you here, and believe me, I would be eternally grateful.
What for?
Come to the cocktail party, a reception in the prince's honor tomorrow night here. That way you could take him off my hands for a couple of dances. Please?
Okay. 2 dances, that's it.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'll leave with you. Rob, put that on my bill. Thank you.
Certainly.
Bye.
Hold on, wait a minute.
Hi.
Lost that title, just plain old lead now.
Oh, you look great.
Well, look at you. You really grew up to be a beauty. You're lovely as ever, and you brighten up this office.
Thanks.
Does that mean you're going to accept my offer?
No, it does not.
John offered you a job?
Well,
Yeah, well, he's playing hard to get to.
It would be great for you to work with us. Come on, Ed.
well,
Well, what do you say?
Now, there is no way I can give you an answer now.
All right, I understand. You take your time. Just keep us first on the list, will you?
Well, I will do that. I will think about it, and I will let you know, all right? Thanks. And thanks for the coffee, okay?
Hey, my pleasure.
All right, all right. I'll see you soon.
Oh, I hope so. Night,
okay.
Ed.
Bye-bye.
Well, do you think he's going to accept your offer?
Well, you know him better than I do. What do you think?
I think he's a pretty strong man, and he's going to make the decision himself without any pressure from anyone.
Yeah, I think you're right. We should just cool it and hope for the best, huh?
Yep.
You don't think if he does join us, he'll want to turn this place shipshape, do you?
Well, if he does, we could always get Marcy back to do a super efficient job on your files.
No way. I'm a happy man now. I know where everything is here. So, tell me how to go with Dorian.
Oh, John, you will never believe what my mother wanted to talk to me about.
Okay.
Well,
you can make me guess?
Well, it turns out some prince from Mendorra is coming to Landview. Mom accepted the job as his tour guide. Then she found out he's kind of shy, reclusive, not a lot of personality. So she tries to rope me into the job. But I figured out her scam, and I completely got her to confess the whole thing.
Oh, boy, sounds like a lot of fun.
I swear, some people never change. I can't believe she could be so manipulative.
Yeah, like mother, like daughter.
What?
Here.
What is this?
My share of Marcy's fee.
How did you know?
I'm a private detective, remember? I knew she was a plant from the moment she walked through the door. Don't ever say I'm not a nice guy.
Hello, Pamela. Would you happen to know if Crown Prince Raymond has arrived yet?
Yes, he has. He's checking in now, as a matter of fact, with his bodyguard.
That's all there is to his entourage?
Well, apparently. Why, you here to interview him?
No, actually, it's more official than that. Charles Sanders has asked me to escort the prince around town because he can't. By the way, I hope everything's going to be under control for the reception tonight in the Crown Prince's honor.
Well, I hope so. That's if somebody doesn't put a mouse or a bluebird into the punch bowl.
Heaven forbid. From what I understand from Judith Sanders, the prince is a rather reclusive, shy, bookish young man. No doubt doesn't have much of a sense of humor.
Security is your business, Aldo, not mine.
Uh-oh.
There's Mrs. Buchanan, the owner of the Vernon Inn. She can arrange.
Mrs. Buchanan, I did not come to Landview to look out my window and see the garage next door. Now, surely you have a penthouse with a view worthy of visiting royalty. As you now may have guessed, I'm Prince Raymond of Mendorra, and I am charmed to meet you.
The pleasure is all mine, Prince Raymond. Prince Raymond, my name is Dorian Lord. I'm here to officially greet you on behalf of Ambassador Sanders, Mayor Richards,
What is the ambassador doing that's more important than meeting me?
Oh, he's going to be here later, and of course he'll officially greet you at the cocktail party this evening.
I see the ambassador has decided to snub me, eh? Remind me to have a word with him about that, Aldo. Now, Mrs. Buchanan, about my room.
Well, there is a penthouse available, but our instructions were, Prince Raymond, to make sure that your quarters had maximum security.
Oh, now really, who in the United States would want to bump off a prince that even the ambassador doesn't care about?
Oh, it's not that he doesn't care about you. It's just that he was unable
Now, Aldo, my bodyguard, is perfectly willing to sit up all night and fend off any assassin that might attack me. Isn't that right, Aldo?
The penthouse will be fine, Mrs. Buchanan.
Mm-hmm. And about the gym equipment, that will be in the room first thing in the morning?
Well, of course, we received that request. However, if you're going to be on the penthouse, there's a fully equipped health club right there.
You expect me to work out with commoners?
Well, no.
Oh, all right. I am through being pompous, even though it does run in my blood. Aldo, will you and the bell captain get my gear upstairs and unpacked while I try and assure Mrs. Buchanan and Mrs. Lord that I'm just a regular kind of guy, except for my accident of birth?
Of course.
I would prefer you to come up with us, Your Highness, in case we need to discuss further precautions.
Well, fine. I could use a shower after the long trip. Mrs. Lord, what do we have on the agenda for our whirlwind tour?
I thought you might find the science fair at Landview University fascinating.
Did I read that, you have a racetrack in this town?
Yes, we do, but I hardly think you'll find it cultural.
Oh, now who says? All right, then. I'll just be a moment. Oh, also, if you could get a list of the discos that I might be able to hit after the reception this evening, I would really appreciate it.
Goodbye. Listen, if there's any problem with the penthouse, please let me know right away.
There will be no problems. Thank you.
How was that description? You either got the wrong prince or the wrong description.
Indeed. She said he was shy. She said he was retiring. Reclusive, even. I don't know what Judith could be describing, but certainly it was not that particular prince. Also, she failed to mention that he is rather good-looking.
And completely outrageous. I'm afraid this time, Dorian, you really are going to have your hands full.
Bored already, Mrs. Lord. Our day hasn't even begun yet. Or have you grown impatient with me?
Not at all. I'm totally at your disposal. However, Prince, I am just a little concerned about what Ambassador Sanders would think about us going to the racetrack.
Well, you can hardly drag me to a science fair I don't wish to go to, now can you? Besides, I have a pocket full of money that I want to blow, and I think we'll have a great time. Now, if I may speed this relationship up a little bit, get to a first-name basis. Mine is Raymond, as you know, and yours?
Dorian.
Dorian. Are you the lovely lady who shall be on my arm this evening? Or is another date planned for me?
Well, actually, we hadn't literally thought about getting you a date.
Well, why not? I mean, I would think there would be hundreds of ladies in Landview who would be thrilled to be on the arm of a prince.
Prince, what are you being now? The image or the person behind it?
You catch on quickly, Mrs. Lord. You're very bright. I like that. Therefore, I appoint you to be my escort this evening.
Ah, but I am being escorted by Ambassador Sanders tonight.
What, is his wife out of town or something?
No, they've gotten divorced. Didn't you know that? Evidently not.
Well, being at Harvard at the books all the time, I guess I've fallen behind on the official gossip. What happened? Did she finally catch him fooling around? Oh, really, Dorian? In a country the size of Mendorra, do you think the ambassador's extramarital affairs have gone unnoticed?
This conversation's making me very uncomfortable. We'd better get going. The racetrack is closed, so till a little later. So why don't we fill in the time by touring the town?
Actually, I need to stay here for a bit. I have a phone call that I need to make.
By all means. You'll probably still be here when Charles Sanders gets here.
Oh, that's splendid. Tell me, Dorian, what do you do? Or do you do anything?
I am the owner and general manager of WVLE. That's our local television station. I am also the chairman of the National Committee on Prison Reform.
Oh, I see. You're one of those society women who reform institutions they know nothing about.
On the contrary, I murdered a man once. They made me go to prison for it.
Touche. I'll be more subtle with my barbs. Okay, one more trip upstairs for the phone, and then I will be ready. I'm sorry to keep you waiting like this.
It's perfectly all right. Your Grace.
Why are you still here? You were lucky to miss Ambassador Sanders once.
No, I think it's better to deal with him this morning instead of during the party.
I disagree. He may do something to interfere at this point.
He wouldn't dare embarrass himself, Aldo. Now tell me what you found out about this Dorian Lord.
She's very shrewd and very powerful. Best not do anything to distract anyone.
I could have told you that after 2 minutes of conversation with her. You're a great help.
Look, you'd better tone yourself down.
Aldo, I'm a prince, remember? Now, you take your orders from me and not old vice versa.
Ah, Pamela.
Oh, good morning, Charles. Yes, he is here. And yes, he has already disrupted everything.
Really? What do you mean?
Oh, the proud crown prince, Raymond. First, he insisted he have a penthouse in spite of all the security. And then, of course, he told Dorian he did not want to go to the science fair. He wanted to go to the racetrack.
The racetrack? Are you sure?
Yes. Go on, ask Dorian all about it. She's sitting in there waiting for him, waiting for a prince.
I will. Oh, what about the reception this evening? Is that set?
Oh, yeah, everything right on track, at least so far.
Great, I'll see you later. Dorian, hello.
Hello, Charles. We would be gone by now, except the prince decided he had to make a phone call. Probably to some bombshell he met while he was at Harvard.
Pam said that he wants to go to the racetrack?
Yes. Furthermore, he is neither shy nor retiring or reclusive, as Judith said. I mean, the young man is rather outgoing. In fact, he is downright arrogant.
Well, I haven't seen him in about a year, but that certainly doesn't sound like the Prince Raymond that I know. Well, what do you think? He's a late bloomer of sorts?
Yes. I think your wallflower has blossomed into a party animal. No doubt about it. Oh, hello, Judith.
Sorry to bother you,
have
too.
you heard from Kate or
No,
Cord?
I was just at the house trying to calm her down. She hasn't heard from Cord.
Oh, no.
So nobody knows where Tina and the baby are yet.
Is this seat taken?
Yes.
Well, the whole restaurant seems to be totally occupied. I thought I might have a place to have my breakfast here.
I think you need an optometrist. Now, if you'll excuse me.
I'm new in town. I don't have a friend. I thought maybe you and I could...
Well, think again. I'm not interested.
Well, you don't even know me. And you could, perhaps, if we went to the races together. No. What about if I gave you some money to bet? Fine. What about tonight? Would you care to take me to Landview's hottest hotspot? Fine, you don't like discos. Perhaps you could give me the name of one so that I could find some friendlier strangers to abuse.
I know. Well, I can't wait anymore. I have some things I have to do, so I'll just greet the prince this evening.
Coward.
Ah, remember, Dorian, you wanted to do this, so...
I did.
I'll see you at 6, Judith.
Bye, Charles.
Bye-bye.
You know, until Charles corroborated your version of the prince, I really did think you would purposely misled me.
Why would I do a thing like that?
I have no idea. Perhaps it's some sort of a joke. Because really, it's nothing at all like the way you described it.
I told you I hadn't seen him since he was an adolescent.
True. And he's behaving like an adolescent now, keeping me waiting like this. I believe it is time to knock on his royal door.
Oh, I'll go with you.
I don't believe this. He's in there in the restaurant talking to Marilyn Dennison. Come. It's your chance to say hello to him if you'll keep me from losing my temper. Crown Prince Raymond, there you are. And hello, Mary Lynn.
I'm sorry. I just stopped in to have a donut, and I got caught by one of your town's fairer sights. Mrs. Saunders, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. How are you, Prince Raymond?
Fine. A little bit of jet lag, but other than that, and yourself.
Well, actually, rather shocked. You've changed a lot since I last saw you.
Well, little boys do tend to grow up, don't they? But you yourself, you haven't changed a bit.
Oh, well, I'll see you later at the cocktail party. Just wanted to welcome you to Landview.
Glad you did.
Bye.
Hi.
If you want to see anything of Landview besides the Vernon Inn, we better get going. Mary Lynn, would you like to come?
Oh, no, thank you. I have some work to do. Raymond, are you really a prince?
I'm afraid so, of Mendorra. But please, don't hold it against me. In fact, perhaps you'd like to come to the reception here this evening. I think I have a... Yes. Here it is, a invitation for 2. But I'd prefer if you left your boyfriend at home. It's nice talking to you. Dorian, shall we?
How novel. Goodbye, dear.
Goodbye.